What's up, everybody? Cause I'm a Fury here, and let's talk Captain Marvel for a second and the backlash is getting. Now, before I get into the meat of what I want to say, which flies right off the top of the head, I want to establish that this is not me caping for feminism. Hell no, feminism is cancer. And this is not me caping as a Marvel fanboy, because to be honest with you, I am not a big Captain Marvel fan. I know of who she is from when she was Miss Marvel, and how to keep the name of Marvel, Captain Marvel, they transitioned her into the Captain Marvel role so the rights wouldn't go back to Shazam. Now, going forth, this whole thing about all the backlash that a lot of SJW or anti-SJW people are giving Captain Marvel before the movie is even seen is evident of how a lot of people are calling feminists triggered, but they are triggered as well. And from what I've seen for years of being disgusted by feminists and their same old drivel, I have seen that giving their antics attention basically fuels them even more, because they are shit stirrers. They like to get under people's skin. They like to get under quote unquote men's skin. So this is why I'm not going to join in on a hit parade on Captain Marvel. I'm going to let the movie quality speak for itself. If it's trash, it's trash. There's no way of me knowing ahead of time. But I'm not going to deprive myself of seeing a superhero movie that I'm kind of intrigued by wanting to see, as if I am with all movies, superhero. Like, I seen Man of Steel in the movie theater. I seen Batman v Superman in the movie theater. I avoided Suicide Squad because after Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, I knew better by then. But I end up seeing them regardless, so I can know what to go. I seen Wonder Woman in the movie theater. I've seen fucking Aquaman in the movie theater. My thing is, I'm going to give these movies a chance. I'm not going to just sit here and be like, oh, I'm anti this, I'm anti that. I'm not going to see the movie. I'm not a fanboy like that. My thing is like I was saying, the gist of this video is, if you entertain the negativity is going to have something to feed off on. And these people are going to push back even harder. Now, watch all the negative reviews that people are just giving Captain Marvel already because they think it's some feminist propaganda. But they didn't keep that same energy when it came to Wonder Woman having female-only screenings. There would be people out here, even male DC fanboys, telling you that, oh, well, Wonder Woman is a great movie, this, that, and the other, and women, they need... I'm like, oh, so we were kicking women out of the Avengers. Men were kicking women out of the Avengers when that came out. Oh, women weren't allowed. It was only men viewing of Iron Man or Thor. Thor's the manly Asgardian and stuff, and only men were allowed to see it. Imagine that. Would that fly? Oh, hell no. Pandora's box would open, and we all know that. We know that. So this is why people had justification on going in on the Wonder Woman situation. But some people just let that go by the wayside because they prefer DC over Marvel. Yeah, we get that, okay? We get that. So they're going to let that slide. We're going to just forget that everything Gal Gadot was saying before the movie came out at Comic-Cons and whatnot and other conventions wasn't feminist driven. We're just going to forget that. We're just going to harp on Brie Larson. Like, I don't even know what Brie Larson has been saying. And honestly, I don't care. You know why? Because I'm seeing the movie based on it being a Marvel comic character, so I can critique it. I'm seeing a movie based on it being a DC character I grew up with, so I can critique it. Not the person itself. Like, I want to think, what about all the past DC characters? Think about all the past DC characters. Not even DC characters. What I was meant to say. Think of Christian Bale playing Batman. And think of Christian Bale's history having a domestic dispute with his partner. And then think of him having that meltdown on the set of Terminator. What movie was that? Not Genesis. The one when he was in the future, when he played John Connor adult. Think about him having that meltdown over being in my life. You beat up my fucking light. You want my fucking light. Think of all that. Think of the reputation of him. Oh, but Christian Bale played Batman good, so all is forgiven. Okay, whatever. That's what you want to do, fine. Okay? Anyway, like I was saying, the entire situation with Captain Marvel, with Brie Larson, I don't give a flying fuck about. Okay? I don't, because I'm not going to entertain it. I'm not going to let it get under my skin. What is bothering me is people, other men out here harping, hoop hollering, hallucinating about this whole situation. And I'm like, stop giving it legs. Because, like I said, the more you resist, the more they go back at you. That's just how it is. Because you're giving them justification. See? Look at this. Men hate this. Men hate her. This whole feminist thing. These are toxic men. No, don't give people like Terry Crews no fucking leg to stand on. And he's another one. He is another one. How the fuck you a big 200-something pound man getting fondled by some white? You know what? It ain't even the race of the person who fondled him. It is the fact that you let it happen. But when you was telling it the first time, you were saying how this dude did it in front of your wife, and he said, he was trying to make a gesture like this man was doing it like he had power over me, like a victim. And then you had to clarify that when 50 Cent and everybody was clowning you, you had to come back and say, like, you had to rough him up, like, yo, Adam Sandler, yo, get your boy. Like, nigga, please. Please. Okay? It is an attack on heterosexual men. And is a huge attack on heterosexual black men in the media. And then to have a so-called heterosexual black man spearheading that, he's the new Steve Harvey. And why do I say he's the new Steve Harvey? Is because Steve Harvey was out here selling bullshit to black women, and it caused a divide. You know, think like a man, act like a lady. Nobody, no brother, no man in general wants to date a woman who thinks like a man. Okay? This is why genders are different. You know? This is how they raising the kids today. We ain't around, or they choosing the men who aren't around, and they are putting this bullshit into these boys' head. And then you grow up with people like Terry Crews. Now, I understand that he's seen his mother get abused. But you cannot be 50 years old and start blaming all black men about toxic masculinity. You know, this with him sounds like the entire... He had he had an epiphany or some shit. And he saw everything he was doing. He talked about he was addicted to porn. He was acting toxic. He said his wife walked out on him. And I think the only way to get her back was to start this tirade. So now he's going to collectively throw every black man under the bus to make it look like he is a changed man. But at the end of the day, I see all he's doing is groveling to get back in the good graces of his wife, and he's putting on a hit parade, and he's become a lapdog for causes that are detrimental to people like him. But as long as he keep the blade turned on his own, he's immune until they have no more use for him. He could talk all of this mess. Go ahead, Terry. You could talk all this mess about black men, about toxic men in general. But the moment you slip up once again, you will be right back down here where we at. Well, not like we down, but you're going to be right here where we're at. And brothers, men, don't let this motherfucker back in. Let him stay where he's at. Okay? So that's how I feel about the Terry Crews situation. That's how I feel about the whole situation in general when it comes to these anti-male things. Stop. Don't give it legs. Do not. For too long, we have cared to keep them happy, and it's just evidence that a lot of these people are not going to be happy until they have total dominance over us. When it comes to us being just men in general, we got these situations where these guys do it for attention, for notoriety, for political gain, and I'm not going to entertain it. I'm going to stop it whenever I can, and that's by not co-signing it, not showing that it's moving, it's not controlling me, it's not consuming me. When I see something that isn't a good deal for me, that doesn't suit me well, that's anti-male, I'm not going to support it. You know, it's like me walking around with that baklava that Gucci made. Why would I do that? I'm not Floyd Mayweather. Okay? You know, Floyd Mayweather never cared about any causes. All he cared about is how he spent his money and how he earned his money. He never cared about reading either, but that's neither here or there. So I don't even know why people, like, men, like when it comes to these movies and stuff like that, look, just don't see the movie. When it comes to Captain Marvel, just don't fucking see it. End of the day, that's all that's going to really matter, but you guys are going to go see it anyway. Okay? You're going to go see it anyway. You know you are. So you can give it as many bad reviews as you want. You're going to go see it. Look at Aquaman. Aquaman, the critics gave that movie in the 60s. That movie was clearly a movie that should have been in the high 70s and 80s, to be honest with you. But the movie made $1 billion worldwide. Why? Because outside of this little bubble we call America, there is a whole market that's been growing in interest in movies. And it can give a rat's ass about what people think about a political agenda, what people think about Marvel or DC versus one another. They just want to see movies they never saw before or aren't indigenous to being made in their part of the world. Well, with the exception of, I think, Aquaman. Aquaman was filmed in, what, New Zealand, maybe? Some areas around there. But at the end of the day, ratings are starting to matter less and less. Look at the fucking Transformers movie. Remember how bad they were being reviewed? They was making $1 billion with the exception of Last Night and Bumblebee. Bumblebee has to live with the reputation that Michael Bay left. But China and the foreign markets saved Bumblebee. Now, Bumblebee was definitely a reboot. The Bay Formers is done. From here forth, Bumblebee will be the new beginning. You know? So, what I'm leading to is that those ratings are starting to matter less and less because America is only a fraction of what a movie's potential earn is. Because the American critics trashed Aquaman, and I don't know why. Okay? And it made $1 billion. Okay? So, keep doing it, Captain Marvel. If it end up still making about 700, It ain't that much of a loss. But of course, it's going to be a DC film. But oh, it didn't make this amount. It's a failure. And I'm like, nigga, the movie cost $100 and something million to make, and they made a profit, a big, almost 3+ times a profit. If a movie costs $150 million to make and it makes 700 something million, that's profit. That's not a loss. To you it is, because you think every movie got to be a billion. Everybody got these big grandeur exceptions that movie got to make more and more and more and more and more. But the more the market is saturated with movies, the less movies are going to make. Okay? And maybe then, by then, movie ratings will start mattering again. When there's more in the market, people are like, you know what, so many in the market, I need to see what is good and what's bad. Because if I miss one, I'm going to see another, and I'm going to make sure I'm missing something that is missable and seeing something that I should see. But nobody thinks like that. You know, nobody really thinks like that much. It's all about preference at the end of the day, blind preference. But I digress. So as usual, thanks for listening. And it's because I'm a Fury. I'm here, and now I'm out. Peace.